All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Akar Kadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and the sincere Shalom, going to the brothers out here pushing this truth in sincerity. And I just want to go into a small topic, basically going to basically just prayer, really, just the fact that prayer's been pretty much keeping us from being like the rest of these people in this world, especially with everything that's going on. The Lord is really showing is really showing his powers, especially since the history is basically repeating itself. And this was just going to be a short topic, but it was just the fact that I was just sitting here thinking about it, and throughout all of this, even I mean, you would have thought that people would be coming up more often because of all the stuff that's going on, but no, people are actually fighting against us because of everything that's going on, even more than they did before. Now there's all sorts of philosophies coming up, and it just gets worse every minute or every time. So I'm gonna jump right into the scripture real quick. This is Ephesians 6:11. It says, "Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of devils." I mean, the wiles of the devil, and those wiles of the devil are what we're seeing right now. It was what our people is doing. Our people go hand in hand with Esau, but it's just the simple fact that our people are so faithless. They relied on Esau so much that they just don't they don't care about the Lord or anything but to make it in this place. And especially a lot of them would be like to call themselves Christian, but yet they believe in they believe in a second coming. So that wouldn't make sense if these people are supposed to believe in a second coming. Why y'all asking for a change in this place? The whole point of a second coming is basically to take away the people from what is hell, which in our scenario is going to be to destroy and take us out of this hell. So it makes no sense. And it goes, well, it does now because it goes to show you that our people are not spiritual. They're just full of carnality, and they'll use the they will use what they're taught as leverage when there's no sincerity in it. Because they only believe when they're at church. They don't believe when they're outside of it. Especially and it's a lot to really think about. It's really a lot to go in on that. But it's the fact, but it's just so mind opening that we're blessed enough to see this, to basically just be able to examine how bad our peoples went, but and then realize how blessed we are to even really even acknowledge this. I mean, believe it or not, I'd rather accept what our people are doing than have a guy coming to truth just wanting to fall out knowing the truth. It was better for him not to know the truth, just like the rest of these 2/3. It's better for them not to know the truth. They'll hear they'll hear Israelite or what you got to do this and that, but they're not hearing it. They're not understanding it. That's something they want to push away from. Us, on the other hand, we gotta we're the ones who's gotta embrace what the Lord has told us, what the scriptures have said. We can't follow it 100% of the way, but we do it to the best of our ability. And that's why I wanted to get into scripture. I mean, this topic about praying, or how prayer has got us this far, is because the Lord is showing us how, or what's like what's under these curtains, how bad it's going to hit. We seeing it. Um, the Bark of the Beast is being pushed. World War III's here. People getting sick from pestilence, riots, and how I just recently found out that the the movie from Resident Evil, when it comes to Umbrella Corp, that's real. That's sitting in over in Asia. Whereas it's a skincare company, so you, it's as far as I looked at the location, I think it sits next to the CDC or somewhere near that. So these is all too real, and we're being blessed that a lot of the brothers haven't been hit with any. I haven't heard any brother being hit with any of the plagues, as far as this corona thing. But it's just amazing how this even works, and that the Lord has really kept us safe throughout all this time. Which I'm gonna go into the to a separate video about that the umbrella, because me and the Aki was looking at it. But I'm gonna get the scripture right here, which is Romans 12:2, and it says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh." And this is one of the reasons why prayer has always been good, because it shows us how to not to be part of this world, how we are supposed to conduct ourselves, how to examine ourselves, along with examining the outside group, like as far as the 2/3 or other false camps. We're by the Lord's will, we are deciding what is good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. And that's why I read Ephesians 6:11, where it says, "Put on the whole armor of Yahweh," whereas that armor is protection, but that protection is also knowledge as well, because that knowledge is the knowledge is what's giving us that protection. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, is that knowledge that gives us that protection. It's the armor. The armor, you don't go into battle with half an armor. You don't go into battle with part of an armor. You go into battle with the full armor, so you can protect and deflect all the stuff that's hitting you. And that's also good for the mind and the spirit, because of you'll have people that will try to come up and try to convince you. That's still always a thing. Of course we're going to be stubborn about it, but it's always up to the Lord. The Lord, if that armor gets cracked, then you're going to be in serious trouble. So this is a soulful duty of us to be doing out here. So the final scripture I wanted to get is First Thessalonians 5:17, where it says, "Pray without cease." The pray without cease. Yeah, heck, you could I don't know, you could put it in your notes. I mean, not your notes, but your alarm to say pray at this time. I mean, it's all an effort. It's just praying without cease. In prayer is a beautiful thing, because that's what keep up the armor as well. It makes it more durable. We're making that armor very protective. What should I say? We're hardening the iron, so we can still be able to push away all the BS that's coming our way, and so we can keep watching from a watchful eye. So far as Ezekiel 3:17, where it says, "I have made thee a watchman." That's what we're doing. We're being able to watch, just be able to see all the dangers that's about to come, what is about to come, to decipher what these events will lead to. That's really a powerful gift to be able to do that, because nobody else can do it. The 2/3 can't do it. You got some that would probably that can do it because they read and study up, but they won't have the full understanding like we will. Even then, we still uh actually, I mean, believe it or not, we still have more of we have a lot more understanding than anybody else will ever. But we always tell the gist, or we even see what's going to happen before it even happens. That's why it's called being a prophet. When what do you see in movies where there's an old prophecy, and mind you, I said old prophecy. They'll tell you what such and such and such is supposed to happen, and they won't say when, but it will happen. That's why and they will say, and the one thing they will say in the movies is you can't change prophecy. The prophecy is what's told and it's going to happen, and that's even to today. Esau puts these things in the movies, and even he don't even understand that that's really a backfire on him, because he think he'll make prophecies, making his agendas and so on and so forth, when all reality it's the Lord that's doing it. So that's why I wanted to get into this topic, basically going into that, because it's just really amazing, but at the same time it's like, I mean, shit, we really been put in a predicament. But it's the spirit of the Lord that really kept us really going. Even for these past, even from before all this even happened, other stuff was happening, and we endured. Lord, when we keep enduring until His elect is sealed. So with that, shalom and death to this wicked society.